Boo doo boo doo doo. Hi. Who wants to see a Tesla coil get built? Where to put my knife? Oh, that's good. Never mind. Really get some Merry Christmas going. Got a little fuzz on my soldering iron. I can smell the flux burning. Yeah, let's get back to this. Now, over there. Oh, thank God. I don't have to wind the coil myself. Fantastic. Oh, audio cable. I'll figure out something to play through it. My bad. I hit that and push the stream. Okay. I'm going to start this off. A Tesla coil is a real thing, but majority of the ways you've seen them used in media aren't true. They can transmit electricity wirelessly. However, it's very near transmission, and it's not certainly not what it's shown to be in games and that. But there's a lot of cool things you do with them, and it's a very cool invention. Man, look at the meaty ass heat sinks here for the MOSFETs. Shit. So let's do the full nerd Christmas, shall we? You got a couple trees. I thought there was another one. That's okay. So, spicy Carmex at hand. Sorry, I rearranged my components storage today. Um, I separated them into separate tubs here, and embossed the name on here. Like here's the capacitors. I went with the old school embossing label maker just because I think it's cool. And I left a bag of capacitors out of that tub, so I'll put that on there after I get done streaming. It's tinned up and ready. Okay, resistors, 10K, and of course they didn't label them. 10K and 2K. Well, I've got a brand new multimeter in, and one thing that's cool about this one is it's auto ranging. So I can just set it to measure voltage or measure resistance and it just does it. Oh, there. I don't have to worry about setting it to the right setting. Now, you've seen me on here measure resistors, and especially when you're trying to figure out which ones you're using, it can be a bit of a chore to guess which setting. But this one, I just set it to resistance. Full stop. And the brand name that, LOL, brand name that's using is Coeats, which I kind of think is hilarious. So let's see here. Nope. That's wrong positive. And ding. Okay, these are the 2K. See how much quicker this registers any reading? It took my other one quite a while to just do that. I did keep the other one just in case, because you never know. But I like this new one a lot more. Much, much more, actually. And where the hell my bender go? Now, this is obviously not going to be a very big Tesla coil. I mean, here's how tall the tower is. Here's my finger. Let's see something that would be anything around here that would show the scale well. Here's a standard set of needle-nose pliers. Here's the tower of my coil. You're a sick fuck, Bob. This goes to R3 and R5. Okay. And I saw that you're lurking. The website that I've been buying kits from that you recommended weeks ago, I used to have a membership now and I get a discount for signing up. I wish I saw that a while ago because I have spent some money at that site. Cannot recommend Jameco Electronics more. If you want to do kits like this, absolutely check that place out. Let me move my spicy contacts. Brush. Wire. Starting to think these are going dull on me. I got a hard freight trip in my future. But I was going to do that anyways because I want to get, like, move this up a little bit. I want to get a actual brass wool holder for my soldering station. So I really do not care for the sponges they use for solder cleaning for those kind of kits. Everything else about this station, I absolutely love. But that's just a personal thing too. You're someone who solders and you like the sponges over the brass wool. More power to you. Just will never agree with you. Surprisingly, for metal film resistors, the colors on here aren't the worst. Surprisingly. A lot of times, it's really hard to see the colors on the metal film resistors. It has nothing to do with anything besides the fact that that blue just makes everything blend in with it. Okay, let's get the other two resistors at R1 and R4. This is actually surprisingly pretty simple kit for just soldering. Which, nothing wrong with that. Ooh, wrong hole. I'm so glad Ash isn't here to have heard that. I would regret it. Look at that. Look at how much faster it is to solder with this new iron. technically the temperature is about what I had it set on the other one. This is a 75-watt machine compared to, I believe, 50 on the old one. Makes a difference. Also comes up to temperature much quicker, and I am not good with it yet, but it does have the hot air gun for surface mount devices. And I do have some surface mount kits to get myself taught to do the surface mount with the gun on. I've only tried one, and I didn't do well. Part of it is that I use my flux pasted it without the needle. For surface mount, you buy flux like this, and I should have used one of the needles instead. I was trying to just apply it, and it doesn't work very well. But that's something I'll try this weekend. We are looking to get snow, so I'm feeling at least Sunday I ain't gonna be doing a whole hell of a lot. That's just fine by me. Luckily, my job, I work from home, so I'm not too bothered by a commute. On the downside, I never get snow days. Okay, the 1 UF electrolytic capacitor. Okay. Goes at C1. Makes sense. The other one's got polarity. Okay. Another cool thing I picked up is I picked up a build your own guitar kit. I discussed this the last stream I did that didn't go very well. I don't know for certain if I'll be able to physically get it on here, do any actual stream of it. So what I may do is stream me assembling just the electronics and do it that way. So I just don't think I can get the whole body and everything on here to stream me doing that. And to be honest, I'm a little nervous. It is my first time actually building a guitar. Last time I tried any kind of electrical work on a guitar, it didn't really go well. And why is my speed just dropping? Good God. I'm going to pause this. No, let's not do that. I don't want to lose a stream, but I'm losing a lot of. Try dropping the bit rate a little bit. See if that helps any. Now it's picking up a little. I'm gonna stop the stream, restart it, and oh nope, there it goes. Picks right back up. Okay. Whatever. And yet the speed is less. Oh, fucking no. Alright, next up. 105 ceramic capacitor. And that goes in up. There you are. Right by the capacitor symbol. Right here. Come on. Focus. See the symbol there by C2? That's a capacitor symbol on a schematic. One night I do a stream. I may just do a stream of showing how to read a schematic. maybe a boring stream, so let's see. All right, what's next up? A two-pin header. A2. Check the picture. I'm not seeing an A2 on it. Well, the only place it really can go is right here. And it's really fun to solder in these pins because they get really warm when you're holding it. And that kind of hurts. Yep, that's toasty right there. Probably get out the helping hand, but what the fuck ever. You want to see really proper soldering techniques? You're in the wrong channel. Oh, the fact that I'm having so much trouble with connection to Twitch and dropped frames is insane to me because my internet speed is actually really good. And I tested it briefly. Motherfucker. Briefly before stream. I shouldn't be having any issue. Import. Wow, this one. These pins are fucking tiny. You always want to use the smaller of the pins whenever you're attaching a header because that's what you're going to be connecting stuff to later on. So you want to have a good amount of connection lead, and solder will hold it in otherwise. You've got to be fucking kidding me. I think dropping the bit rate is fixed connection issue, at least temporarily. Okay. Let's get this damn thing soldered in already. I feel like an idiot. Good Lord. This is a pain in the ass. That may actually work in my favor. Yes, it did. Didn't get all the old solder sucked up. Doing so, give me a nice little connection to work with. Yeah, that's down good. Awesome. Next up, a blue LED. At LED 1. Longer leg is positive. LEDs are diodes, so you have to be sure you're putting it the right way. Whoa. Uh, well, that's a. Huh. Wait a minute. That, that is not sure what that is. This is probably the blue LED then, yeah. Now you can see that this does have a longer, one leg longer than the other. And that tells you what is the positive, the anode. The way you can get it in the right spot because diodes are a one-way device. They are a light-emitting diode. Unlike all diodes, they only allow current to go in one direction. Which definitely has uses. For example, when you want to convert DC to AC, or excuse me, AC to DC, you use what is called a full bridge rectifier, which is a arrangement of four diodes that pinches down the alternation of current direction that names alternating current. Um, Normally, when you think DC, and you are correct in this, the electrons flow in just one direction, just through the circuit one way. In AC current, what comes out of your wall, it goes back and forth. You may go this way for once, and then it'll switch back. And the amount of times per second it varies is based on which part of the world you live in. If you are in Europe and I believe part of Japan, you use 50 hertz signal, which means it changes direction 50 times per second. And if you're here in North America, southern part of Japan, I believe, and I think South America too, now I think about it, you are using 120 volts, 60 hertz, so 60 direction changes per second. Which also, if you're a retro gamer like me, is why a lot of games don't run the same between North America and Europe. Timing issue with the coding. They figured out at some point, some games are coded to handle it. Sonic the Hedgehog is one that comes to mind as having some issues. I'm gonna need a screwdriver. What head are you? You wear a Phillips head. Okay, let's see here. Which way should I? Okay, it comes in that way. And this heatsink is there because transistors, they're essentially just very fast electronic switches. They can produce a lot of heat because there's a lot of current and voltage that goes through them. The switching definitely speeds things up. It'll get warm in there, and this is a pretty good sized heatsink. It probably, you can, if you really want to, apply thermal paste. I don't believe it's going to help on this. That's a 80 in F70, so that's this one right here. Oh, oh, that slots in there just like that, don't it? That slots around capacitor. No? So let's do it like this. Let's see here. Going to look at the more detailed PDF. Make sure, because as you can probably guess, just attach a transistor to a heatsink. There's not that much worry about on polarity, but I want to make sure that when it goes in the circuit board, it goes in like it's supposed to. All right, yes, I want to view the PDF. Okay. Not sure which door. Like this one, I could tell for sure that's the way it goes up. It's going to go into its heatsink. You know, I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. You could tell that the tip on this screwdriver is magnetic. Looks like there's supposed to be some nuts included with these screws, but I don't see them in the kit. And don't think I have any in this size. Hey, this'll work. So this'll do. Yeah, I need a bigger tip. I guessed wrong. I guessed it was only going to be a 2.5 or 1.5. Excuse me. Looks like it should be a 2.5. That's why I've got a bunch of bits. Let me go ahead and put this one in. Know how he goes for certain. Okay. That actually worked out pretty well. Push that up a little bit. better. These are soldering just fine. Hit that tip a little bit. Okay. I honestly think that this transistor needs to go in upside down. Oh, I'm thinking about that. I should probably, or while I'm doing this, I should probably be considering what I want to do for the sound. Well, I've got up here that'll play sound. No, okay, I had it right. I had it right. Oh, my analog pocket's over my work desk. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Tesla coils can actually produce sound. It sounds it's a little bit off. You may have seen videos of people playing songs through a Tesla coil, and that's one of the things this kit's made for. And I'm going to play some music. What I'll do is I'll grab my analog pocket and play a Game Boy game, Game Gear game, something, whatever I've got. Just open. What I should do is play Tetris. Those look pretty good. Snip nip. That's good enough. Um, I have decided that I am. Hello, spicy Carmex. I am going to do a stream where I buy a really simple soldering kit and a really low end, excuse me, low end soldering gun and do the kit on stream. That way you can see it doesn't matter if you're using not using top of the end equipment. I am anyway. Okay. Yeah, okay. Did get those in the right spots. That is important because different transistors have different voltages that trigger them, have different routing. Always make sure transistor is not always just a transistor. Okay, got that. DC power socket. Okay. Standard old barrel plug. A bit to it. That's okay. I'm likely going to power this from my benchtop supply. That's a hell of a lot easier. Trim this, so I can just bring it with me. Yeah, I'm gonna pack side snips tomorrow. Maybe a couple of them actually. It's a good one. The good thing about the like barrel jacks with this soldering is once you solder them, they stay put very well. But because they are bigger connector, it does take longer for them to heat up all the way. And once you get the solder on there, pretty forgiving. I need some more. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, yeah, that's good. Next up is the 3.5 millimeter audio jacket, which is just, ooh, wow, okay, that flooded a little bit. So, just so it's a little bit cleaner. All right. Not big on using barrel plugs if at all possible, as they do have a tendency to. They're good about for soldering simply because it's easy once you get one going that it stays put. Let me see if we can find something a little bit better. Well, that's stuck in there pretty good actually. You see here, this one that I am soldering doesn't have any traces attached because it is strictly there just as a mounting place. See, on most of them, well, you can see the actual traces coming from the pads. That's the actual complete circuit, but this point here is just a mounting place, which if you're making a circuit, you might as well just use that to mount some. Okay. Get this double stick tape, which is a nice way to position that. Oh, you ever see what eddy currents do? I don't know if it'll do it here, but if I drop this piece of metal by the coil, that's how slow it goes. The good way to do this with a magnet inside of a tube of aluminum foil. Let's see if this will go slower. A little bit, but not much. That's fine. That's fine. Let's try stripping this. Nope, that did not do it. Okay. Pretty sure I burned off enough that way. Okay. Not sure if that. This is incredibly thin wire, which I didn't expect it was going to be house conduit. Still a little thinner than I even expected. Here's the other wire. This will be a little bit easier. I say that. I need to buy an actual pair of wire strippers. These little damn things suck. That's how we do things. Look at that. Much cleaner. Fuck these things. Oops. Okay. Wrapping up. Oof. Chinese food fighting back. Okay. Um, this is ready to go. Let me grab something to play. Let's see. Got a USB cable handy. No, I don't. Let's do this way. Thought I had a USB to barrel plug cord hanging around. I know I do. Wait, wait, wait. It's 15 to 24. Okay, so that won't actually work over USB. Okay, well, 2 amps at 20 watts or 20 volts, excuse me. And Getting my analog pocket open, and I mean, there's not a whole lot of more iconic sounds than music tracks than Tetris. Now, testicles vary quite a bit, and this one is, like I said, 15 volts, 15 to 24, 2 amps. So between 30 and 48 watts. But I mean, some of the bigger ones, megawatts. Off the top of my head, I don't believe they're used much besides for demonstration purposes because despite what some people will tell you, a lot of Tesla's inventions aren't really used. Alternate current obviously is. You know what? I don't have a good way to put that on there, so I'm gonna go over here and see if I got anything that's 12 volts. It's 1524. It's a beast. Oh. um, they didn't include anything, and I don't have anything that's powerful enough for this. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do it the hard way. I'm going to turn off the soldering iron for now. We don't need that. And I'm going to simply cut pieces of jumper wire. I'm going to attach them to connections for the power plug, and we'll use that. Like that. See if I can put in the continuity mode. Okay, let's see if I can tell from the schematic where the connector goes. No, we're going to do it this way. Get the colors wrong. Who fucking cares? Tin these up. In fact, the good thing is, if I get the polarity wrong, it shouldn't affect anything. Diodes are protected. That would do it. A lot better to do with actual heat, not just residual. Take this up too. Okay. Now, part of the fun of electronics is experimenting, right? And I'm giving you guys enough streams lately where I didn't pull off what I was trying for. But tonight, I think we can maybe look at this. Just see if this actually. We might be in business. It's lit up. And plug this in. Hmm. Flowing. At least got the power hooked up correctly, because otherwise, well, it wouldn't be able to show the blue light, the LED, because that's a diode. 5 volts there, that's fine. Okay. Turn off the power and okay. That's the max it'll go. I am not hearing a thing. Take that out by the MOSFETs. Not gonna work, Ash. Exclamation point, redeem, space, Bob. Got those switched. I've got my stuff muted because of the stream. Did it play, Ash? You're getting power. I don't know why it's not. Do me a favor. Remind me this weekend to actually work with that and try to get that redeem fixed. That is actually getting a little warm. I should probably do it this way. I am actually getting a small bit of voltage when I get the plug here, but it is not functioning, so I'm going to turn off that. Play it safe, connect that first, and I'm going to put this on the back burner. That MOSFET's actually warm, so I've got that much. Okay, I'm going to sit you. Ow, okay, that definitely got something because it just fried me. You know what? Where did I put that? Where did I put it? Did I put that? I'm looking for. I'm gonna turn my power supply off at the moment. Don't need it. Let's examine some of these batteries that I've been hoarding. And if they are sufficiently the same voltage right now, I'm going to score. I will make a simple USB power bank. Very simple power bank. And quite honestly, not a very good one because, let's see here, it's 260 milliamp hour, 260 milliamp hour, 320 milliamp hour, and 128 watt hour, which I think is, yeah, so another 320. That's about, let's say, 1,000 amp hour, 1 amp hour. Meanwhile, the USB brick that or power supply that I use is 10,000 milliamp hour. Milliwatt hour, excuse me. Let's check some voltage. Thank you, Mr. BP. Lift this up a little bit so I can get in there and pokey pokey. There's no way that was discharged that much. Oh, I'm on tape. Oh, I should probably do that one. Damn, this thing is dead. Okay, I'm gonna set you aside. This one. Okay, let's see here. I'm about tempted to just get my open hands out. Oh, this one. It's 3.7. Here it is. I'm gonna attach some leader wire. Battery. I'm gonna desolder this here. Get that off. Now, there we are. That'll do it. Yeah, there we are. Trash here. I'm sorry that this is a bit of a boring stream. Already put the Tesla coil together. Just not sure if I got the paint off of the wire or not because I really just can't fucking see that wire. At this point, I feel the need to remind you that if you want to mess with the lithium batteries, there's nothing wrong with that. Just take some precautions. In this case, make sure you do not short them. That's why I have the capstan tape, the yellowish tape you see, polyamide tape, whatever you want to call it, on the ends so I can make sure that I do not short them because it will go into thermal runaway unless you're connected to a USB circuit, something with a protection circuit on it. Hmm. Let's try that. Is that not wanting to solder? When in doubt. Damn, man. Is it technically required that I put the positive wire on the positive side? No. Or the red wire on the positive side? No. But it is convention, and it is an easy way for me to know just by looking if I have got the power, the positive or the negative. I'm gonna get a big ass glob of solder on here. I didn't plan on doing this tonight. Yeah, a little bit. Not from the iron, mostly from holding a hot wire. I didn't really plan on doing anything with the USB batteries, lithium batteries tonight. But with the Tesla coil DOA, or not DOA, just need some work. We're gonna do something. You know what? Window. Okay. Right there. It's positive. Okay. Okay. It's connected. This little thin gauge wire does not take long to warm up. I don't need to really use 4 gauge or 8 gauge. That's 22 gauges. Are quite acceptable for what I'm up to. I guess this needs some solder on it. Not you. You stay the fuck over there. Now we pull the multimeter out. Hmm. You know what? To the side. I'm gonna tin these up so that they're just held together. minutes when I put these back in storage, I am going to capstan tape them. We do not want a short. Definitely do not want a thermal runaway event. That is what we like to call fucking bad. This way. That's like the ones I need. Shit. My cat is losing her fucking mind right now. What? No idea. Maybe just cat stuff. Anyone who owns a cat, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There. 10 amp circuit. Wrong side. If you get your multimeter and you read the battery backwards, it won't affect the battery. It will just show the voltage is negative. About 4 volts on that battery, which is fucking high. So let's say 3.7 volt. Lego. Set you over here. Let's see here. You know what? Let's see here. Capacitors. Capacitors. Resistors. There's resistors. That's power adapter. Yeah. This actually may be the easiest way for me to measure these. This sucker right here. This is the protection board. Yeah, that's what I need. These little circuit boards are nice because it's USB-C power. It's got the connections already, but also has protection circuits to make sure that you don't have thermal runaway. Go ahead and use this. We don't have to worry about things like thermal runaway where we need to be worried. I can actually solder this in. And I can leave this in the container I keep batteries in and feel relatively safe about it. Now, let's see here. Let's flip those around. Yeah, it's just about. We're going to call that 3.7. And we're going to cap some tape right here. We tape over the ends. And like every clear tape, it's hard to find where the edge is. Actually, I had this little multi-tool that I'm working with right here. Had this for over 20 years now. It has been sharpened since. Probably my tape is kind of a pain to work with on just getting it cut apart. Actually got this little multi-tool as a gift from a relative for high school graduation. Dear God, time to say that I graduated high school over 20 years ago. Oof. Big oop. Those of you who aren't that old, don't worry. What happened to you? It is coming. What? And now that I've got that one, I know for sure this is a good 3.5 or 3.7 volt charge. I am going to disconnect it from the board. Right there. And I'm going to solder. Oh, fuck, that's still warm. There you go, M. Night. There's me burning myself. Don't say I don't deliver. And some red and black on it. And I just let the red wire slip back inside the box because I'm a fucking idiot. And the good thing about the USB-C circuit that I'm going to be wiring this to is that beside the protection circuit, I can also just charge the batteries from it. Like I said, this will technically work as if I get all these connected, will work as a USB power brick, power bank. Just not a particularly long lasting one. But this is for fun. I'm certainly not building one to put in the market. I have an Anker that Anker, not sure how you pronounce it, but I happen to really like, and I got for not too expensive, honestly. Bend this all together. That one tight little pack. There. Might as well go ahead and the other side too. Sawmills offered. I'm assuming you're talking eco. But in case I haven't said it, if you guys are here, I hope you both had a good Christmas and New Year's. Seems a little insane that we're in 2025 now. How it goes. The wire's still a little spicy. I need these. They did that sawmills were on for 20 bucks. I thought, if that's 20 bucks, that's a little cheap even in Canadian dollars. You're gonna go over here because I do not want you shorting. Ugh. You know what? Redo. This will just be one of the ones that we put in the series. Don't need it to be super long then. Alrighty. We're gonna leave that. I did actually, when I was putting one of these that I harvested very recently into storage, I did short it briefly. Saw a spark, and well, let's just say part of me clinched. And guess what part? And yeah, the battery did indeed get very toasty. I was a bit concerned. I'm not going to lie to you. More solder on that. I need to cut another piece. That'll do. Job. Alrighty. And negative. Negative. And this will surprise you all a lot, I know, but positive to positive. I'll actually wait for it to cool down before I let go. 3.5, so this one's a little bit lower. Do I have a USB-C to USB-C up here? That's all I did. No, you're not. Not term. Hmm. Thought I had one. Let me see. Got one handy. Oh, there we go. One on the USB microscope. Let's see. Charge this up. It's quite cool to me that they were kind enough to put a USB-C connector and a USB-A and a USB-C power connector on here. Put it at 5 volts. That's okay. And let's check some voltage. I was bridging. That's what happened. 3.8. Okay. That's good. Well, that's on there. That's a better time to apply the capstan tape. I got far more out than I needed. It's okay. I have a good amount of this stuff. Oh, that's my multimeter turning off. Stuff really wants to curl up on itself. Get with me. Cat's trying to get somewhere she shouldn't be. That's cats are wanting to do. One moment. Wait here. Quick. Solder this. Solder that. And honestly, since these two are pretty close in value on voltage, I'm going to go ahead and wire them. That's what I should be doing is Man, this thing is giving me some shit tonight. This is not the proper way to solder two wires together. But that sounded like a fart, and I just squeaked my chair. Someone's going to say it's a fart. That's okay. I want to believe that is my cat trying to get into a closet. You know what? I'm not going to wire these up together yet. Just going to keep them separated. That's it. Told you. Get away from there. Good thing with these little tiny wires they put on the batteries by default, they desolder very, very easily. And you can tell that they don't expect a lot of current to go through because wires this small wouldn't be able to carry a whole lot. And being fair, you don't really need a lot for a vape. Right. And of course, I get one fixed, and the other one decides it wants to come out. I could use any color wire. In fact, fucking I'm going to, because I don't want to deal with it. I am going to keep that. If I'm using red, I am going to keep it on the positive, black on negative, or whatever color I end up using. Because if I see red wire and it's not on positive, I'm going to be confused. I really don't need any help in being confused. Solder, of course, as I ran myself out. And, okay, here's positive, so there'll be a red wire. This sucker tinned up. Of course, I put two. Prettiest joint. But you know what? It's gonna hold. You stay put there a little bit of solder. It needs of you. Okay, that one definitely came up a lot better. Just go ahead and tin both wires. This end, I'm going to do the same thing, kind of bend it over. Just cut myself, no. Shock myself, no. Burnt myself, yes. This damn thing. Need a new set of helping hands. Had this set for a long time, though, and that kind of makes me sad having to replace it. Come on. Bucket. There's a finger. Oh, look. Another one. Just for you, Ash. What about the clips Bob made of you last night? I believe he got some interesting ones, didn't he? That'd be a better one. Choose this end. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. That's an ugly joint, but for what we're doing, it'll be fine. And you 3.7. Funny is funny. I have to agree with you. I pull another battery. Yes, I did. Okay. Get some capsule tape. Once I actually make the series connection between all of these, I'm going to capsule tape all of our connections. Make sure we have no chance whatsoever of shorting. There is no such thing as too cautious. Ash, I'm sorry I didn't join you for the nice and chill unranked tonight. You're up for it tomorrow night, though. I'll be there. Okay. Do you want to stream it from yours? I'm gonna see if my brother wants to meet for dinner. Other than that, I don't really have anything planned for Saturday night or Friday night. Excuse me. Chat share feature. You're gonna have to enlighten me on that one. I mean, I'm up to try it. Don't get me wrong. Just not familiar. Probably use black electrical tape for this. Epson tape is non-conductive and is very, very thermally safe. This should do just fine. And I don't know where my electrical tape is, to be quite honest with you. Okay, that's cool. Um, I don't see a reason why I wouldn't be up for that. Uh, okay, got a very, very hodgepodge series battery connected. You know, I'm gonna add the 3 here. So far, so good. I don't feel any heat, which is obviously preferable. Incredibly preferable. What I will do is I will wire this battery here into the series connection with the others, and I'll use that as my lead to the excuse me to the USB circuit. Look at that update. Okay, those tangled. That's fucking lovely. put you over here for a moment. You know what? Let's do some different colors. Green. Lovely purple. I'll get a bigger piece of green. I'll put that back. Not gonna feel bad. She's for a jumper or something later on. I don't have anything against people who vape. Do not. But the whole idea that they make these disposable vapes just with a perfectly fine rechargeable battery, and often with the full circuits for protection and everything to recharge, and they're made to just be thrown out, just rubs me the wrong way. Lithium is a rare element. But we are finding more and more every day. But it's still a very important element, and the idea that they're just going to waste the batteries for no fucking reason other than it's cheap. Yeah, I can't say I'm a fan. That'll work. Ooh. That was a catastrophe waiting to happen. Okay. Next. Actually, I may want to try a couple games tomorrow. Stream them real quick and see how it works. I've not really had luck with that computer. That's my newer computer, surprisingly. And it fucked up on me hard. We were doing the final game of D&D one-shots. So I want to be sure that it's going to function. Although I believe that the majority of the issue that I had was with that god-awful Stream Elements plugin. So I think we'll be fine. Okay. We're going to do green for black. Because why the fuck not? Oh shit. Yeah, let's keep mixing colors. Why the hell not? Okay. That's one down. I don't know that I'm wiring this correctly, to be quite honestly. This is very much an experiment, and I may end up, after I turn the stream off, unwiring these until I make sure that I'm doing this the correct way. I do believe I am. Okay, so this is the negative. This is positive. We're going to cable that. Right here. USB A to USB C adapter. Let's see. It is not charging that, but let's see. Actually, maybe a better cord to use than this one. It's down. This one's okay. It's the same one, but let's see if we're pulling. At 3.7 volts. So that's a good sign. It may just be that this USB-C to USB-A adapter is not very good. It's not out of the fucking question. I don't know if I got anything nearby that's USB-C powered or not. Or USB-A powered. Yeah, of course, all the sputters are coming out. One thing I do not like about this kit is how easily these pop out. I don't ever use the damn things. I might as well just take them out eventually, but I'll do that with another date and time. And some of the extension bits are, let's just say they come off easily. And yes, I'm aware I probably have a piece of tape on my hand. Yes, I do. Let's see here. I'm going to put the stream on pause for just a moment. I'm going to get a USB-C to USB-C. I'll be right back. Ash, I'm actually surprised because the scene that I have the beat right back on doesn't have any audio input. That's not pulling enough for that. Hmm. Well, I'm actually going to call it here. I don't know how you could hear me pooping because I literally just went downstairs and got that cord. It's scary that you even know what the sound of another person pooping is, but anyway. I'm going to call the stream here. I'm going to desolder all this. Or may just take the USB-C connections off. Like so. I'm going to disconnect cables from everything and recap the batteries with tape just to be safe. Like I said, no such thing as too cautious. And put these back in storage. Make sure see what I've done wrong. It maybe there's just not enough. It may very damn well be that there's just not enough milliwatt hours inside these batteries to power a cell phone, at least in the current configuration. Voltage wise, sure, there's enough. That's just not much current. Well, that was unexpected. And yeah, there we are. Now, to get the rest of these all bundled up, but thank you, Ash and A. No, Ash, I'm gonna hit the bed probably after I get all these cleaned up and everything. You all have a good night. I will talk to you all soon.